Good morning. Hang on. Where are you? There I am. Been queued up fairly early. Started as early as I could too, so that I could queue up for this, and we can just sit here waiting. What is this Moogle doing here? Part of the Moogle Treasure Trove event. Oh. That is probably... You know what? I have no idea what that is. Good morning. I'm Old Man Sugarheart, and today we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. I stayed up too late studying how to play this game. Because the game threw multiplayer at me. And honestly, I feel lied to. I know it's an MMO and all, but they basically advertised that the entire main story quest was soloable. Except for like a few parts. But it's not a few parts. It's like 3 parts in every single expansion, at least. Like basically every trial in the game you have to queue up with a party for. And it's not so bad. Like, it's not the worst. Because, like, at least with the trials, you just have to do one fight. But still, I don't think they understand, like, my level of social anxiety. Like, I had to study for this fight. Even though there's basically no way I can lose it. Because, like, the trials in the main story quest are so easy. Anyone can do it. And even if I died, like, the rest of the team could probably carry me through it. Easy peasy. Anyway, let's take a few practice swings while we wait for things to kick off. Oh my god, we're in! Last time we had to wait half an hour. And then not get in. Alright. I hope everyone tolerates me while I hang out. Where's the DPS at? I hope everyone tolerates me while I watch cutscenes. In Final Fantasy XIV, people are pretty good about that. Did I mention I'm Old Man Sugarheart? Who in the seven hells are they? Middling adventures, I'd wager. Moggle's Guard, 2 arms! Defend the king, Kupo. Now this is all probably going to fly right by. Hello, Shen. How are you doing today? Like, this is all going a lot faster. than basically the video I watched about this. They're like, these are mechanics, these are what they do. What class am I playing? I'm a warrior. And so even though I have tank stance on, like, I'm still the off tank whether I want to be or not. Like, I'm fairly certain that, like, his item level takes the aggro from me every single time. I'm concentrating way too hard. Like, I know this is easy, I just can't help but, like, stress when they put me with other people. Tanks are fun to play sometimes. In my mind, they're the second easiest role. Like, DPS is really easy. Tanks, like, mostly you just have to, like, turn the main boss around and just deal with it. Hey! Thanks, everybody. There's someone to commend. Good job, Bard. I'll pass on the bow since you are a Bard. That's what he was waiting for. Nice job on the fight. Thank you, thank you. I know I stressed over it a little too much. You did it, Capo. You did it. Good King Moggle Mog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moggle's guard when you did. Thank you, old. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Pukna Pako that the king is no more, Capo. She's with Ryo at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Whew. Oh, now I have time to like wake up for a minute. Like I queued up immediately because I kind of expected to be sitting there for half an hour since I'm playing it on off hours. But yeah. I did study for that fight. Almost none of it mattered. In fact, I think none of it mattered. I think if I didn't push a single button and just stood there at the start of the arena, they would have been fine. They would have been upset with me, but only only a little bit. Maybe they just wanted a tank to join? Oh, that's fine. I mean, like, you need 8 players for that piece. And like, I was saying earlier that I'm a little... Oh, this is not the way. I'm a little annoyed that, like, they advertise, like, the main story quest is completely soloable. But there's still so many of these 8-man trials that you have to do. And it's not a huge deal. But like, I stress out way more than the average person about it. Am I in Camp Tranquil yet? Oh, it's the place down there in the swamp. I also forgot I could fly. Whee! Hi, Cursed Owl Knight, how are you doing? Boy, I am taking my time getting where we need to go. Whew. Yeah, whenever I play with other people, I have to study. Because, like, I can't be the reason why the raid wiped. You know? You just got off Final Fantasy 14 for the night yourself? Nice! That chocobo, he's so chonky, right? You like my chocobo? Forgot where he was for a second. I play Final Fantasy once a week, and I keep forgetting the controls in like a week span. Ain't he cute? I have no idea where I got him, but like I've had Final Fantasy 14 since the day it came out. I bought Collector's Edition on day 1. And like, so a bunch of like just rewards over the years have piled up in my mailbox. Fat Chocobo. He's one of them. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moggle Mog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Capo. I sense that Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Whee! My Chocobo, yeah. Your bravery in service to the Twelves Wood and our Moogles shall not be forgotten, old. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this greatest victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to Lotus Stand and treat her to the full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Okay. Nope, not Revenant's Toll. We go to Radanya. And now what do? We go to here. The Elder Seer is expecting you. May I show you in? You just started playing for the first time a few weeks ago and you're having a lot of fun? The trust system has been a godsend for me. What's the trust system again? I'm trying to recall. But yeah, this, like, Final Fantasy XIV is still one of the best MMORPGs to me. It's the NPC dungeon help. Yeah! So I love that. I love that so much. I've been doing everything I can with the NPCs. And I was, like, thrilled to go through the entire main story quest with him. And it seems, well, I can't do that with Trials. I've just discovered. But, like, I love it. I can take my time, I can walk around, I can actually absorb the dungeon, kinda, as it's meant to be absorbed. Old, you are returned to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus, I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. And mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of power contained in crystals and their force of collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised him instead being scattered to the 4 winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means Asians. The whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupopo? They said they said it was a masked man who taught them how years ago, but Gardania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all. How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer the primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, old. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do that, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has now been settled. The Scions now shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the waking sands and apprise the antecedent of all that's transpired? Yeah. You had a couple of friends you can play with, but when you played together in the dungeons, just went by so fast, right? Like, I did the first dungeon on stream with somebody because they logged in to, like, you know, cheer me on. They found my stream and they found me, and they wanted to pop in and say hi, and they asked if they could do the first dungeon with me, and so I did. And while it was fun, report to the Waking Sands. That's in Vesper Bay. But yeah, it flew by way too quick. I couldn't talk about any of the dungeon. Like, if you slow down, like, you feel like a burden on everybody around you, and I hate that. That person's name is Xenojiva. They're a Monster Hunter fan. Didn't I get an armory chest? Did. What did I get? A malignant Mog axe. Heck yeah. Ooh, that is a good looking axe. Oh, and King Mog's on it. Hi, Cassandra. She was taking a look at me. Oh God, you found out you were streaming because Cassandra there told me he saw your name? Oh, wow. Wait, you did... You know Cassandra? Where's Cassandra? There she is. Oh man, I don't know how to select human beings on controller. Hey, get back. I give a wave. Hi, Cassandra. Alright, Hadel Alcohol. Hey, it's Aru. Hi, Aru. How are you doing? Enjoy. I give her a thumbs up. Trying to fashion with the old All Saints wake stuff. Cool. I do like the pompadour here. Ah. She's got so many emotes and a little tiny puppy. And a sweet ass pompadour. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna straight up give her the Imperial Salute. And then I'm going to wander off into the night. Cass says thank you. Thank you, Cass, for letting Eru know I was alive. Speaking of which, Eru, I should add you to my friends list. I should figure out how to do that. First of all. Uh, how do I do that from here? You're a bunny. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I try. Good for you. Alright, we'll figure this out. Social. Friends list. You already wanted to be my friend. You're level 90. That's amazing. Does that put you, what, at the end of Endwalker? Man, you're just about 300 hours farther ahead than me. That's fine. That's neat. Whew, well, good morning to you, Eru. I hope the All Saints stuff is awesome. You own Endwalker, yes, but you haven't reached it yet. Oh. I guess with double XP, you would, like, hit level 90 1,000 years before you got there. Loving the horns, right? Like, the job fashion is pretty much the best fashion. I'm a big fan of mithril armor at this level, too. I know, we've been laser focused on the main story, so I haven't dipped into the glamour too hard. But, we probably will soon. Do, like, the side look, side poses. Looking pretty handsome. It is good to see you hale and healthy, old. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felt good King Moggle Mog the 12th, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was, as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes, taught by the Asians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. He offered of her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, old. Woo! You're excited for your first holiday event, and Halloween is your favorite time of the year? It's I've done a few holiday or Halloween events in Final Fantasy XIV. They always come out real good. Like, I'd say this Valentine's Day and what is the other one? Christmas? Yeah, I forgot what Christmas was for a second. But like those three holidays are like hands down the best in the game. In that order too. Halloween, Valentine's Day, then Christmas. I enjoy them anyway. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, old. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of the primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I've forgotten something important. Hawkeye. Let's just RP walk out the door. She said Alice is gonna stay here. Is this where she's been the entire time? Because I remember the section of story where she just like straight up disappeared. Like, I don't see her. Does she hide out over in like this corner? Because in the main story, she has an argument with her brother and disappears. And, like, I just kind of assumed she was wandering the world on her own with her bodyguards. I didn't really realize she was part of the squad here. Not that squatted, at least. I don't actually see her here. Thou art ever welcome, old, but I require no assistance. Pray, take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. You thought she took up some sort of training on her own for her sword? She's doing something. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestry faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in the shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. And yeah, give a bow after that, why not? Be not offended, old. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the fallings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Ah! Whence came that cry? The solar! 'Twill forfend the antecedent. Hey. Old, you must... Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Levier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others. You're robes. Gifted but ignorant, yet I shall judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. You speak of La Brea. La Brea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he's still... Come, I only conform to that which you already knew. Confirm? There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels so strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift, the knowledge. Okay, hang on. Kel of Kel's just rated the channel with 5 viewers. Thank you, Kel. How are you doing? Welcome in. We're in the middle of some dramatic story things. This guy showed up. He's like, hi. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Welcome.
Thanks, Granddad.
Thank you for the follow. Stream Elements gave them a shout out. Be sure to check out their channel. What were you playing? Final Fantasy 14? Hi, sleepy but well, right? I'm feeling a bit sleepy. I'm slamming energy drinks because it's like 5 in the morning here. Hi, Arkiwi. Alright, it is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and knowledge, both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. My VTuber avatar is so cute, thank you. Shadowless, fleshless, formless, what truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few, even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Brea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Brea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are. Absorb. Ah! She got absorbed. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the Andor ardor, I wonder? I take it there's no need to explain? Save your concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. What was his intention? I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldezi and tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any kind of any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, milady? Is that what gave you cause to cry out? I did, but moments ago, glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands, yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not, and I care not. Find him, old. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Okay? Pray it's in me, Tataru. Whew. You were playing 14, you're making your way through Endwalker? I've got a long way to go. At my current rate of playing 2 hours every Friday, it will take us about 3 years to make it through the entire story. But we're making steady progress. And, you know, when we hit some, like, slow weeks, I'll be sure to throw in a few extra Final Fantasy streams. Where am I going? Searching for the white robed Ascian, but where? He ain't here. I mean, it tells me to look here. All right. Hello? Are you over here? Am I gonna find him like hiding in the corner somewhere? Here's a guy dressed in white. You guys seen him? You guys are both dressed in white. So are you. So's everybody. It's the desert. Okay, I need like Ubisoft. Oh, there we go. I stepped on the right stone. I'm told that you're the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. I feel you there. You play about 3 hours every Friday, but it is such a great adventure, right? This is my favorite MMO currently. And it is really good solo. You'll get to a point where, for sure, where you'll be wanting to do extra, and I'm excited for you. I mean, I've done plenty of extra before. I'm especially a big fan of, what do you call it? The Golden Saucer. Like, typically, I get to the level where you can go there, and then I spend like 40, 60 hours playing all the games. Like, I even learned Mahjong through sheer brute force. Well, yeah, right? Mahjong is kind of like tough to learn without like actually looking up the rules or like reading a guide or anything. Like I'm like, oh, okay, so I see I'm trying to get patterns and like straights and matches. I get it. You there. You get distracted by all the crafting jobs. There's something for everybody. Oh, he did. But yeah, the card game, is it called Tetramaster in this? I think it's called Tetramaster. Triple Triad, that's what they call it in this game. Like, I'm a huge fan of that. Plus, it'd be fun to do all the Blue Mage stuff. Do like all the job quests. I like Wondrous Tales. Like, there's tons of extra content that I do love. But for the sake of, like, building a movie for YouTube to watch, I'm trying to stick it to the main story quest. Like, my dream is to make a playlist of just going through the main story quest, like from start to finish. So like, I'm doing my best not to get distracted by anything. Guessing since you know Tetramaster, you're a Final Fantasy fan. I mean, like, I'm a video game fan. I've played most of the Final Fantasies, with the exception being 15 and 16 I haven't tried. Kind of didn't like the direction they were heading in. I like the old school turn-based combat. But yeah, I've played every Final Fantasy. My favorite one is 6. Why'd you bring these nerds with you? I thought you were on a mission of peace. There's a lot not adding up by your story here. But, whatever. Get conjured. Whew. I also like the tactics, and I even liked Mystic Quest back in the day. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Brea could endure such an examination. Did my axe just kapo? You have the laws of man. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I only acted in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Brea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you, still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world shall all soon change. As it was, so it shall be again, as it should have always been. Doubt my claims and question my motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Okay? Man, you hope it compose? That would be so funny. Like, we're gonna test it out right now. One of these buttons draws my axe for, like, no reason. there a stance button up here? Alright, hang on. I thought that... There it is. It does capo. And it decompose. Capo? Capo. Capo? Capo. That's amazing, right? I never noticed that. Like, I think I would have gotten that coffer before in my other playthroughs. It really brings the story together when, like, a serious moment you whip out a giant axe and it goes, kapow! Elidibus, your beloved? You know Elidibus? I assume he comes up more in the story. But I don't remember him. I never got that far. Get off there. Oh, there's my stance button. Pushing the left stick. Very important. But yeah, it is amazing. Whew. But yeah, I don't remember seeing Elidibus anywhere up to like Stormblood after this. I don't know, I've forgotten so much. There's a lot to remember. And I think the last time I played, I probably put over 120 hours into it. Thank the gods you've returned, old. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What'd you do? What did he say? As it was, so it shall be again? When does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of Elidibus pretend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I'd hoped for answers, but it seemed I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. I just realized that fat chocobo music is the same you normally get when you ride a chocobo, but more circusy. Yeah. Wait, is it? I don't think I can ride a chocobo in here, can I? How far have I gotten before? I got to Stormblood. Do. I feel like this song sounds so familiar to me. I want to say it's in Final Fantasy VI. Like, not like Go-Go's theme, but like... I don't know. I don't hear the Chocobo theme in it. Could be. I'm not very much musically inclined. But yeah, beforehand, I got to Stormblood, and like every time I would do a dungeon, I'd study, and I hated it because I hate being the reasons like why we lost or why anybody lost, and it was getting to the point where like it actually kind of mattered a little teeny tiny bit. Like, you had to be aware of certain mechanics or you could occasionally lose. And, so every time I came to a dungeon, I basically had homework. I would study and study. I think I got to like an underwater dungeon, and I just like didn't have the time to study that week, and so like I stopped playing and I didn't pick it back up again. I was like, whoops. But then in one of the patches they said like you can do the entire main story quest solo. They lied to me about the trials though, but like maybe that won't be so bad. Because at least the trials are like one fight. What do you think about that? Let us set aside the matter of this Asian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There's but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It's all I have left of my father. Okay. Warburton. I wonder if he was around before the realm got reborn. Like, part of me really wonders what the story was like before things happened. The game just wasn't fun enough to, like, stick through, though. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? This one? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, I can imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Oof. Old, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I've departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you've given the journal to Urianger, I bid you to come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you've already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of the new Aetherite in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Oh, I attuned to it years ago. The first time I saw it. Bloop. See, I think this guy's wearing, like... Is that the full mithril set? Like, that's my low-level drip. If I were to, like, throw together a glamour, I'd probably look like that. Oh, Old, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all the signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously. suspiciously ever since we arrived. Cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. This guy does look familiar. Oh, I think I know who that is. Oh, that man. Can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it, that massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's the remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception. If my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him to see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, then I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Yeah. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Old, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Hello, person. Hope you're doing well today. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Impulse Drive. The Crystal Tower Quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress the main scenario, you must first complete the quest in the Crystal Tower series. While you're granted respite from your duties as Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower to see what ancient mysteries may be gleaned. Yeah. I say we stick with the main story quest until we cannot progress anymore. Speak with Minfilia and the Rising Stones. Where is this the Rising Stones? Hi, Luca. Yeah. We got Kultanet, Ishtola, Plamen, Ori Boulder. I know these people. I was kind of hoping we'd see Alice here. Like, I just have no idea where she is. But they talked a moment ago like she was a member of the Scions and hanging out somewhere. It's time for you to head to bed. Good night, all. Good night. Thank you for hanging out with me, Cursed Owl Knight. Maybe I'll see you next Friday. Same time, same place. If you feel like it, don't feel obligated. This is a lurker-friendly chat. I hope you have a happy Friday. Well, it is certainly spacious. I do like the fireplace. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! Woo! Later. A moment of your time, old. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me, I will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. The wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised alarm. No one could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But those who lack the gift of and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the fields at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such a time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs ask for another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible the others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Urianger is going to break some kneecaps. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or ochre? Or puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Brea, I dared to hope we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare the world of their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, old. I discern them all around, and disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Okay. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray, return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Trial, where are you? You just started Final Fantasy XIV a week ago. You're doing main story quest. You're also doing main story quest. Partly because you got over-leveled somehow. Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the seventh ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Whew. Yeah, it's easy to get over-leveled in this game. Like, I thought about trying Thorn March unsynced. I think it might have been a little rough. But level 56 is 6 levels too high for it. And so if I did it unsynced, there would be a chance I could solo it. Although, like, that sounds rough. I think it was easier just to, like, queue up with a party and steamroll it. Hi Tangled, how are you doing? Last time watching your streams? Now what? Are you going away? Truly, there's no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in the horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, it has yet been Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect. The concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray, depart for the horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Ishtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Right. Nah, but normally when you've been able to watch, you've been able to be watching my streams, again because of COVID. Yeah, that is rough. I hope if you enjoy me, you've been watching, you can get enough of me through my videos on YouTube. But you're just getting over COVID, that's kind of good. Last time I got COVID, I lost my sense of taste, and that was rough. It was also weird. I've never lost my sense of taste before. Alright, where is Horizon? Stream's better though, not the same? Yeah. Dang it, click on the map. There we go. Still not fluent in the UI with a controller, despite playing 50 hours of this game. Ishtola? Oh, old, your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the rose, albeit to little avail. Would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating what he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours? Fufulupa. Can I call you Fupa for short? Oh, hello there. Old, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... But never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bolted off towards Eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. Speeding carriage, that would seem a curious choice for thieves such as of such proven cunning. Yet the Almaja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I've failed to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news, or on second thought, perhaps it's good news. After all, Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Malja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part and help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. That's so. Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We shall reassess our options as well. Come with us, old. You might drag yourself out of bed and play some more Final Fantasy XIV before work. You have to work in a couple hours? Same. Sleep is important, though, and Final Fantasy XIV will still be there. It's almost the weekend. Are you a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday like myself? Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. Cannot be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. It's been 10 minutes.
Now then.
Ooh, voices.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Lol. Oh, it's her.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
I believe I fend. I'll take these earrings. Yeah, 9 to 5 Eastern. It's 6:45 a.m. currently. Yeah, it's 5:45 a.m. here. But I work a little earlier too, so we basically got the same schedule. I do like my new team. They cram all their meetings into Friday, so you don't actually do work on Friday. You just talk about doing work. Which is incredibly boring, but it's better than to have it spread out over every single day, interrupting me from doing actual work. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Fufalupa. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon the most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is it? What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. Then it came to me. What if there is someone among our ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? Well, that would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the concerned decide to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded, when thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation. Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Makode miner traveling without an escort as to not attract undue attention. But who? See? Yeah, the concerned may well elect to do that. But to travel with such cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge of Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, old? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. That would be so much better. You hate meetings too? Yeah. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised to see the thieves lay down their arms and surrender. I see that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Got a giant axe that says Kapo. Like so. Kapo. 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 Yeah. I do. It's just the longer I go in the workforce, the more I realize that the meetings don't have a lot of purpose. Oh, I didn't have to go very far at all. Like, basically, it doesn't matter how we choose to do things. I'm willing to go along with whatever. There's a million ways to do everything, and they all work. And so I feel like my meeting time is better spent watching YouTube on my side monitor. Thanks, remote work. Although I do get asked directly if I have any thoughts or opinions on the current plan. Then I have to hit them with a, I'm down for whatever. Hello, Ravagers. We done yet? Yeah. Oh, he stole it. Now that's a hot outfit. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed. A gang of Seawolf thieves. And in Thanolin, no less. I suspect there's a first time for anything. Seawolves, all of them. Aye, and all with the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, it would be so good as... If you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in the horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then, Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Sent me home for COVID, and I work in one of those, like, you know, positive tech companies that are like, this is a fun office, and that's why we pay you less. And so, like, they have to do things like ask if we want to come back to the office. And then everyone says no, and everyone goes, oh, well, we think you'd work better there. And then everyone goes, still no. And so, we are still remote. Good stuff. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to the Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? And by your leave, I should very much like a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Ah, for the love of... How did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that sumnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A seawolf. Lamenton born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know. But one must follow where duty leads. You might try and look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You don't, do you? You do, don't you? Nod. I'm glad he said something. Like, it's been happening a lot. You work for the USGC as a contractor. You got permanent telework that, thanks to doctor's notes. At least for the time being. Oof. Yeah, I wonder how long that'll last. I know it's rough getting those doctor's notes. Companies be super weird. The antecedent bid me to tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino waits you. You're coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. When I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Hello, Yasmin. Ever since somebody recognized me running around, I'm suspicious of all the heroes around me. I'm like, are any of them watching the stream? Do people know who I am? I'll have to memorize Cassandra's pompadour in case I see her. Whew. Hello, Alphino. Did you speak to that weird goblin that came off the boat? You're late, no matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? An authored? Well, like the rest of the nations in the Eastern Continent, it was ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not? Do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, old, unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken. We will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn at on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may have been pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have a hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. You gonna head out for now? See you later? Maybe? I hope so. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a good day at work. I hope it's not too horrible. It is Friday. To the Royal Promenade. I've got about half an hour left to play myself. We seem to be flying through things. Where are we going? Here. We're getting close to the next trial. I think I know which one it is, too. Hello? It matters not how many times you ask. Without necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino, Levier, at your service. A friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world. At least, few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. Yet you need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associates at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see that if there is aught we can do to help. How many talking quests have we done lately? I want to say a few. Wait, the quicksand? Where's the quicksand? That Vesper Bay? No, that's in Ul'dah. That's the Adventurers Guild. Hustle. Like, whenever I hear sand, I just immediately want to, like, head to Vesper Bay. Like, force of habit. Ah, some rain. I would enjoy some rain in real life. I feel it's about due. Like one last good one before it snows.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Yep. And leaving me with the bill, no doubt. But what am I supposed to do with her? If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we've been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I've not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made, though it shames me to beg you for more when you've already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Gentle sir, you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all. It would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. I've got a pack of Tic Tacs. Momodi, what do you think? Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, old? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. Wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here tomorrow. See, but they just sent word that they couldn't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha ha. Go and call on Verdura and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said the ship said to ship the Little Prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Whew. Sorry, a cat was biting my foot during that ordeal. I don't know if you heard like a bit of a rumble, but I accidentally kicked my desk during it. It's hard to read and get eaten at the same time. My cat's trying to remind me that it's breakfast time, but you know, it's still 20 minutes. Relax, kitty. Fredura. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn his crust deserves to go hungry. I mean, they seem unemployed. Also, their city was exploded. Well, that's a not rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. You just keep watching your pots, Catherine. I mean, life is rough for refugees, but yeah, I think on day one you can be like, yeah, you do desperately need aid. Like, if we're 5 years in and you're still giving it, like, They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yuguri that's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think he'll be pleased with his reply. Have we been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You've done so much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This is a small favor you fairly won with your words. And it is with your words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. And I shall choose them with care. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. I believe I have killed less than 10 bad guys today. Not counting good King Mog, because he's a good guy. Alright, it's Halloween. Look at the spooky decorations. Much spooky indeed. Are there Halloween noises going on over here? Doesn't feel that Halloween-y. Alright, but we checked out the decorations. There are cool things there and fun loot that you may never see again. So I do recommend checking it out when you get a chance. Whoop. If we weren't committed to the main story quest, we'd be checking it out. Ugh, Teleji. A pleasure, old. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of oour, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Ugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Get out of here, Dorito. And pointy hat. Oh, man.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
I'll take purple. I mean, is that the same purple that she's wearing? It does look lilac tinted to me. I'll have what she's having. You're super late, but you might have fixed your sleep schedule for a day or two. Mine's pretty much doomed. But that's for another time and place. You didn't know the Hulkster was in this game. Who is the Hulkster? Is it Teleji? Or Lolorito? Also, what is the Hulkster? Is it like some animated Bruce Banner voice? How's the Final Fantasy XIV journey so far? It's pretty good. I had my heart broken recently when I learned that I can't play the entire thing single player like I was promised. But we're gonna keep at it. It's been a lot of fun. And then there's this spam message again that keeps coming in, and I've never ever understood the benefit of it. Alright, well, YouTube's recommended you my stream. Great. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Ah, Lolorito with the Hulk Hogan mustache. I get it now. Bah, I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of the Flames. You know, I thought about being a Lalafell just because it, like, fits my avatar a little better, you know? But, like, I don't like the comedy of it. Like, I like being a serious hero. And, like, when you're, like, a tiny little potato with a giant axe, it doesn't feel realistic. I'm a potato in real life. I don't need... I know I'm not supposed to be swinging a great axe around. Yeah, the key moments require other players, but you can solo most, thankfully. Yeah. So far, it seems like the trials and the 24-man raids. Like, I thought it was just going to be some of the trials, but it turns out it's every single one of them. So, like, coming up soon, we've got Leviathan, Shiva, Thought. I believe that's the name of it. Things like that. That is a good choice of tank. Yeah. So, I went with Warrior. I've never played one before. But if I get to, like, level 9 million and I need to, like, solo things, I hear this is the one to go. Crystal Tower is the only required 24-man? Nice. And Crystal Tower's not, like, a big problem either. I enjoy it. But, yeah. So we're going to be Warrior for A Realm Reborn. Then we're going to switch to Astrologian for Heaven's Ward. And then in Stormblood, we are going to go like ninja, monk, or samurai. Some fitting Eastern theme. Haven't decided yet. I'm feeling ninja, though. Let's see. I gotta continue this quest. My alarm just went off telling me I need to get the kids to school. You loved your Lalafell Dragoon and was a little sad when they took the time and effort to adjust the cutscenes depending on character height. I loved my female Rogadin because of that. Everyone is like breaking their necks trying to look up at me. It was great. As funny, all those choices are your current faves. Nice. The Syndicate has spoken. I see no point in moving the matter to be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed, Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to the ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold, no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of great nations. That's it. Sorry, I added that. Amphilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultaness to accept us for a limited time? A week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outputs, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. Hop on up, kitty. Yeah, I know, I heard the alarm. It's breakfast time. My kitty learned my schedule. Let's see. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, would not save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you proposed yourself, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear words said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains a matter of how they may safely be borne into Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance? Look for me there, anon, old. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what the aid the immortal flames can provide. That's funny, all those choices are your current faves? Like ninja, samurai, and monk? Are you just into the melee DPS, or did you mean like warrior and astrologian too? Like each expansion I intend to do like a different kind of class. Like we're starting with the tank, then we're getting healer. Then we're gonna move on to melee DPS, then ranged physical DPS, and then I think magical range DPS? I forget. Got so many expansions to go through. I might change my mind by the time I get there. At my current rate, it's gonna take years. Warrior is your favorite tank, Ast is your favorite healer, and Ninja is currently your favorite DPS. I think Warrior is... well, I haven't tried that many tanks. Warrior is... I like it because it's self-sufficient, but I like being a paladin more, I think. I like their story and their armor a little better. I haven't tried whatever the other tanks are. I want to say like... Dark Warrior guy. Dark Knight? Something like that. And Gunbreaker. Ast is your favorite hero. Ast is my favorite healer too. I just had to find like a fitting expansion where they kind of fit in, and Heavensward seemed to be the thing. Could have been Dragoon, like everyone recommended, but like I'm gonna be a little different to get my favorite healer in there. We are concerned that Doman refugees may find journey to the Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are required to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as the transportation has been secured, while those too weak leave at once. Those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Howdy. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the immortal flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 domans to Mordona. When the government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of 77 caravans on the doman's behalf. Very well, we shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do, Lady Ugiri. Let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting the Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Okay. And I will take this ring. Oh, it looks so lovely on me. We did it! Here we go again. Let me guess, another trip to the ruins. Thank you so much, everybody. I have to get the kids to school, and I have to get to work myself. But first I'm going to stand in this man's pudding. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you stick around, we will find somebody to raid. We'll play more Final Fantasy next week. Final Fantasy Fridays has become a tradition. But I really like it. It's been working out well for us. In fact, speaking of working out well, I know Sandra's Corner Cafe is also doing Final Fantasy Fridays, and they just started. Perfect. So I will send the raid over to her, because she's rad. Alright, have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Although there were definitely